Hey Pisces, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and today I'm going to be doing a timeless general reading for you. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you for joining me to hang out today. This is good for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as you guys know. And I recommend you guys filter the messages and take what applies for you. Not all of the messages are going to be for all of you, okay? And not all of the messages are going to be for you either. There could be a lot of messages where then one doesn't fit. That's why. Alrighty. Spirit, please bring in the most relevant and important messages for Pisces that Pisces need to hear today. I'm taking the cards that fall on the table upright. At the bottom of the deck, we got here the Ace of Cups. Absolutely beautiful. New beginnings in love, new beginnings in relationships. But let's see. I'm gonna just kind of display all the cards here and see what's up before, say anything. How are you? How's everything? I hope that you enjoyed the weekend. Okay, this is lovely, Pisces. Right away, this is a beautiful reading. I see here that there is movement forward for you. I see that there is going to be a lot of progress this upcoming week that you're going to be able to celebrate and enjoy. I feel like there is going to be a newfound awareness about something that you've been meaning to manifest. You've been meaning to manifest something for a while, and maybe there was an important piece of information that you didn't have. Maybe you didn't know that there was a piece of information that you needed, but now it's like it arrives, now you have that piece of information, and oh boy, is it making a difference, okay? That's what this open eye here is telling me. It's like there is something here that by you realizing it, or by you hearing from someone, or this truth arriving in whatever way, that's when everything changes. This will allow you to maybe collaborate with other people. So this could have something to do with teamwork, starting to work in a company that, includes you and other people working on the same thing. And you may be wanting to reconnect with someone from the past here, okay, to manifest something. I see here that there is a part of you, Pisces, that could be a little bit defensive at this time. Maybe you feel like you have the resources that you have worked really hard for them, you don't want to overspend, you don't want to overgive. Some of you are very, very careful at this time, or you're feeling inclined to be very careful to not let anyone drain you. Your energy, your time, your money, your love. It's like you're being really clear with your boundaries. Maybe not necessarily outwardly, but it's like internally you're very clear on what you want and how you want it and what you're not willing to tolerate. And it's starting to translate and starting to show. I see here that your inner space, maybe your home, maybe your bedroom, maybe your inner, emotional space, it's getting decluttered, like very much so. And you're moving forward. It's like you're moving lighter. You're packing light or something like that. That may be a phrase that comes out of your mouth this week or that you have said recently. There could also be here an acknowledgement that the lighter you travel, the further you get. I've never heard that before, but that's what's coming through. So maybe if you want to go a really long way, you need to lighten your load. You need to pack the essentials, keep with you, close to your heart, the things that are really going to make a difference to you, not all of it. So maybe some of you are trying to do all of it. You're trying to do this, that, and the other. You're trying to be on every single social media platform. You're trying to do every single business venture. You're trying to invest in every single thing that is possible. You may be wanting to do everything you can to lose weight or to gain muscle or whatever it may be. You may be wanting to do too much. And I'm almost getting this vibe of like simplify. The simpler it is, the longer it's going to manage to stay or something like that. Take it if it resonates. If something is too complex, it's unlikely to remain for a long time. Now, I'm not saying that things need to be easy, but I don't know, there's a component. Okay, guys, story time. You might totally skip this if you want. When I say story time, I mean I'm gonna like spill some deep dark secrets of mine. No, just kidding. But I am gonna say something that is happening to me. Because I'm a Pisces, and sometimes I see these messages, and I almost feel them as my experiences, and that's how spirit like shows me, and then I need to like translate what I felt in that experience onto you guys. It's a form of like translating energy, I guess. Well, the thing is, I follow this guy, 𝗖𝗢𝗨𝗥𝗦𝗘𝗦, I want to say. I hope that's his name. And he does fasting and a lot of like different things. I love fasting, you guys. That is one of my favorite things ever. I've done a 6-day water fast. It's amazing. It's just I love it. And there is this guy who's like, I think it's called like Vishred or something. They look very similar. And I was watching YouTube the other day, and the guy that I do follow was like, I am not this other dude. Like, that the other dude brings in this super complicated method for losing weight and gaining this and that. And it's like, you can't even go through the fucking promotional video without getting overwhelmed. Because he says that you're doing everything wrong. It's like, you're not supposed to do cardio. You're not supposed to drink water. You're not supposed to this, not supposed to that. Of course, because he wants to sell his like super specific method or whatever. But the reason why I'm telling you this, it's because that is exactly what I'm feeling here. It's like, if you try to implement everything simultaneously, make a plan that is flawless and has like everything included in it, it's just like, it becomes so overwhelming that you may be like doing that thing for one day. You know, let's put an example that has to do with the thing I'm saying. Let's say that you choose this kind of diet in which you have to eat 6 almonds and then X grams of chicken and then 3 leaves or whatever, like super specific, right? And let's couple that with fasting, and let's couple that with exercise, but we have to do it in a certain way for a certain speed for a bunch of minutes, and in all of that specificity, you get overwhelmed and you drop it. That's what I feel like some of you are doing or aiming to do, perhaps at work or in another area of your life. Maybe you want to accomplish everything. You want to take advantage of every possible chance of maximizing your success. And there's nothing wrong with that. But in this particular case, the message that I'm receiving is that it's like, if you can say it in one sentence, that will work long term for you. So what is your method? For fasting, in my personal preference, it's like, okay, I eat one day, I don't eat the other day. And then I eat the other, like one day off. Alternate day fasting, whatever. If the thing that you want to do, the product that you want to create, the company, the business, the trip, the whatever that you are planning, if you can't summarize it clearly and easily, it may be too cluttered, is what I'm getting. This is super random, you guys. I honestly don't exactly know how this message will apply for some of you. But it's like finding a way to have all of these different streams or ideas or methods or whatever to become just one. So maybe instead of having 6 different businesses, you create one business that encompasses them all. Maybe instead of having so many options that you feel like you're left kind of like hanging, what if you choose one and bring it full circle? there's a scattered energy here that you can avoid. And the more you avoid that scattered energy, the faster you're going to be moving forward. But it requires emotional maturity, Pisces. Some of you just want to do it all the time. You want to be there for everybody all the time. You want to do everything all the time. And the emotional maturity of saying, you know what, that is not what's right. That is not what's right for me right now. I'm going to choose to focus on this, or I'm going to choose to let go of that, or just make something simpler. I feel like there is something that needs to be simpler. I can't fully grasp how what they're showing me in my experience translate to you guys, but please comment below if this makes sense at all. Something that needs to be simpler. You know those board games? I don't really play board games, but you know those board games that are so complicated that you're like, what? Like, I don't understand the instructions. When this happens, that has to happen, and therefore that can't happen, and then this person needs to do that, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bye. That's kind of the vibe I'm feeling here. Something that gets so complex, and you're thinking that maybe by having it be so complex, it's going to be better and better and more perfect. But then it just becomes this, like, everyone's eyes just glaze over, and it's like, bleh. Like, I don't know, that's what I feel here. I don't know, oh my gosh, I wish I knew how this translates. I feel like almost some of you are like planning to launch something, a product or something, and maybe you've been thinking about this and this is your confirmation. Maybe your partner has been saying something about this and you're like, I don't know. Maybe an investor is about to say this to you, like, I need this to be a more clear concept. You know, that kind of like an elevator pitch? That's what I feel some of you, those of you who are resonating with this, need. An elevator pitch. You know, how can you make a good impression on someone important in 30 seconds or less? 30 seconds or less, and really get your point across to a point in which someone is intrigued or kind of like tempted to invest their time in you. If you go to, anywhere, and there's like your idol or whatever, or someone that you admire a lot in your industry, how can you communicate all of this, everything that you're doing or everything that you're wanting to do, in 30 seconds or less? If you can't do that, then you need to polish your idea. It's not only about polishing the work, but it's also about polishing the concept, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing sustainable living. Explore. Maps show what has already been discovered. Go another way. So maybe by trying to implement things as they're supposed to be, maybe whatever it is that you're designing or doing or launching or planning is kind of falling into a previously designed mold. And maybe it happens to be one that's very cluttered. How can you be a trailblazer? Go and open your own trail, like start discovering things in your own way, designing things in a way that are just more simple. Super interesting reading. This is definitely not going to be for all of you, but thank you so much for, hanging out with me and being here to this point of the reading. I really appreciate it. I think that even if you're not launching anything and this doesn't fully resonate, I think this is a good reminder for us to focus on the essence of things and remember what the essence is what matters in us as a person, in a job, in anything. And that sometimes all else is just like extra, Yeah, I think that's kind of like the message that is coming in here. I know that doesn't sound very certain. I'm like, this is kind of what I'm getting. I don't know, I think. But some readings are like that. Okay, I don't know. It is what it is. I love you. I hope you're doing good, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye, my loves. Keep it simple.